Yo dudes! Welcome to chocolate banana bread. So this is taking a traditional banana bread, elevating it where it's absolutely delicious. It's a total crowd pleaser and it is a little bit healthier because it's higher in fibre.
It's simple to make and we're going to show you to make it quick and easy.
It's a wonderful everyday cake.
Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our vegan egg. So we've got 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. That's where it is. You'll get it in any health food store. You could use ground chia seed instead. And I'm going to add in 6 tablespoons of water in. I'm going to give it a mix. And that's going to work as our vegan egg. That's our binder. Okay, next step, we're going to mix our dry ingredients. So I've got 200 grams of white flour. You can use, if you're gluten-free, you can use gluten-free flour. In on top of that, we're going to add,
and if you want to be a little bit healthier, use buckwheat flour. It's going to be higher in fibre. So for our rising agents, we have 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and we're going to put in half a teaspoon of baking soda.
Okay, did you know the difference between baking powder and baking soda? Leave a comment down below if you did. Okay, the answer is baking powder just needs heat and moisture to rise, whereas baking soda needs an acid.
Perfect. Ground cinnamon, we're gonna go in 1.5 teaspoons. Obviously, if you don't like cinnamon, leave it out. You could use allspice or that type of thing instead, or leave it out if you don't like those aromatic spices.
So that's all our dry ingredients. I'm just gonna get my hands in there.
With a whisk?
With a whisk, yes, and just whisk it all about until it gets well mixed together.
Okay, next step, wet ingredients. So, as our fat, we have 120 ml of sunflower oil or some form of a neutral tasting oil. I have 150 ml of maple syrup or liquid sweetener of choice.
And we're gonna put in our bananas.
3 bananas. Try to choose brown bananas because brown indications that it's riper and its sugars are more readily available. So the beautiful thing about making banana bread is you can use bananas that often people don't like to eat.
So ones that kind of look like bruises, but it's really just sweetened up.
So the flax egg has gone lovely and gloopy, and this is going to function as a binder. In it goes. So this is going to enable the emulsification between the fat-based solution and the water-based solution to come together to this homogeneous, wonderful.
Sounds so cool,
liquid.
doesn't it?
Thank you.
Okay, anyway, we're going to put it all in the blender and blend it.
Okay, so you'll see it's wonderful, smooth, it's homogeneous, it's all ready to go. Smells beautiful as well. So make a little well in the middle of your dry ingredients and pour in the wet ingredients.
Take whisk of choice and mixy, 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 mixy. Just make sure that you don't leave any flour pockets, that you kind of stir it right the way through and just check it that there's no pockets of flour anywhere.
Okay, 100 grams of dark chocolate chips. We've gone with 54% cocoa solids. A simple way of thinking of cocoa solids, if it's 50% cocoa solids, it is 50% sugar. If it's 70% cocoa solids, it is
30% sugar.
And that's why 70% typically is called bittersweet chocolate, because it's predominantly bitter and there's a bit of sweetness.
Wow, that's so enlightening, Steve.
Thank you. Excuse me.
Okay, so as Stephen said, 100 grams of chocolate chips. If you want to just use a chocolate bar, just run a knife through it, make them up, chop them into small little pieces. We have 100 grams?
50 grams of
50 grams of walnuts. Walnuts go great with typical banana breads. We're gonna crumble it in our hands or just run a knife through it. And I'm gonna keep aside a few just to put on the top of the cake before I put it in the oven.
Take your baking tray. This is 23 centimeters by 15 centimeters by 5 centimeters.
So a small little brownie baking tray.
Baking parchment to make it easy to take it out. In it goes.
Take batter, pour batter into baking tray.
Big point to note here is instead of cooking this more like a traditional like 1 pound or 2 pound loaf tin, bake this in a brownie tin so it cooks all the way through and you end up with more lovely little brownie shaped banana bread.
You'll end up with a bit more caramelization and a bit more edges, that's where a lot of the flavor is.
Okay, things to make this a little bit fancier. Pop a few walnuts on the top. Another little decorative tip, take a banana, take a knife, chop it down the middle. We can go, what way do we want it? Do we want 1 or 2?
1, I think.
Let's go 1. 1 right up the middle. That's going to caramelize and be lovely and brown and look beautiful.
Take 2.
Take 2.
Take 2. I'm not opening the door from this time, then you can't blame me.
Okay, so we preheated the oven to 160 degrees. I'm going to bake this for about 35 to 40 minutes. I'm going to insert a skewer and make sure it comes out clean. Insert the banana bread. Close door and... So the banana bread has been in the oven for almost an hour. I know I said 35 minutes, but the thing to note is that when the skewer comes out dry.
My brother's now going to demonstrate to you this skewer trick now, just to show you.
Way! She looks beautiful. Okay, so take a skewer. If you don't have a skewer, take a chopstick, insert. Oh, look at nice.
Went through a chocolate bit.
So it came out clear. Obviously, if you don't like the banana on the top, you don't have to do that. We're gonna chop it. Obviously, if you leave it cool, it holds its structure a lot better. But
can we leave it cool?
in the interest of showing you how this looks, I'm just gonna chop it a small amount for myself and my
associate.
Just
Your
to show-
associate.
Yeah, my darling couldn't do it.
It's my bit. Oh, look, it's dry, it's delicious, it's warm. It's fudgy. Wow.
We had this on Sunday and we served it on some like hot banana bread with some cold vegan ice cream. It was such a perfect combination. But this is a wonderful everyday cake. It's something that actually makes it incredible. It's something that's ubiquitous. We served it on Sunday dinner and everyone was like, oh, chocolate banana bread.
Everyone was stuffed when we served it, but everyone ate it, no problem. Like
And everyone said it was one of the nice cakes they had in a long while. So.
Yeah, so here we go, boom. This one, dedicating this one to you. Banana cake with chocolate chip.
Like it's gooey, it's chocolatey, you get a nice crunch from the nuts. It's genuinely an incredible, everyday, simple, elegant, delicious, crowd-pleasing cake.
Would you say another few more adjectives to describe it?
Fabulous!
Yeah, it is really tasty. Thanks for watching. Thanks for making it this long in the video. We really appreciate you being part of this community. We genuinely do. We don't say it enough. But it gives us such purpose, creating these recipes, trying to share it. It's such a fun, creative outlet. So thank you, sincerely. Cheers.
Bye!
We were too busy messing that we hit the thing off the thing and we spilt it. So we're gonna go again.
And Dave looked at me of absolute, oh my God, did he actually do that?
Yeah. Well, now we get a caramelized oven. Here, let's put it in a different baking parchment because it looks like the dog's dinner.
Let's redo it. Let's just remake it.